Alright guys, so we have percent notes today. Okay, so when solving a percent problem, you're going to set up a proportion. Remember, if I'm writing, you're writing. This is going to be our proportion. It is part over whole equals to percent over 100. Okay, so example 1, it says, in a survey of 20 college students, 16 students said they prefer morning classes instead of afternoon classes. What percentage of college students prefer morning classes? Circle that word percentage. When you see that word percentage, you got to set up your proportion here. Okay, so our proportion is part over whole equals to percent over 100. I need to fill in this proportion. So the P over W. The P stands for part. So the question is, of that survey, how many preferred morning classes? Well, it says right here, there's 16. So I'm going to put the number 16 on top. Out of those 16, how many total students did they ask? They asked 20. That is our W. Okay, now I'm going to fill in the right side of that proportion. This one's kind of easy because that 100 does not change. It's always going to stay 100. And my percentage, well, that's what the question's asking for. What percentage? So I don't know what that is. Okay, this sets us up for cross, multiply, and divide, the baseball method. So we are going to multiply these two numbers across from each other, and then we're going to divide by 20. Okay, so right here, that's one method. Or just like we've been doing this week, you could find the relationship. 20 times something is going to give me 100. Well, 20 times 5 is going to give me 100. So whatever I multiply on bottom, I got to do to the top. Okay, you could do it that way, or you could just cross multiply and divide. 16 times 100. I'm going to do my math on my side. My calculator people, remember what to do. You're going to put this in the calculator and then divide by 20, and you'll get your answer. For everybody else, unfortunately, we got to do it by hand. So 16 times 100, I'm going to do it on the side. 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 0 is 0, 6 times 1 is 6. I'm working on my second digit, so I got to put a placeholder. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 1 is 1. I'm going to add these together, and I get 1600. Now I got to divide by 20. 20 cannot go into 1. I'm going to put a 0. 20 cannot go into 16. 20 can go into 160. 8 times minus 160. Then I have a 0 left. So my answer is 80. Okay, so the answer is 80. Remember, it's in the percent spot, so percent. And that's it. It's very similar to WKU, but you're just doing two sides. Okay, example 2. It says a basketball player made 84% of her shots out of 250 attempts. How many shots did the basketball player make? So again, we're setting up because we see we have a percentage in here. So we got to do our part over whole equals to percent over 100. Okay. So this time I have a percentage, so I could already know that I'm going to fill in that percent side. So it's 84%. Again, our 100 never changes. It stays the same. But on this side, my part over my whole, the question's asking me, how many shots did she make? How many shots out of 250? So that stays my whole. So 250 goes on bottom, and I don't know what goes on top. So again, in order to solve this, you would cross multiply the numbers across from each other, and then divide by 100. Okay, Desmos people, remember, put these in parentheses, 250 times 84, and then divide it by 100. Okay, my non-calculator people, we gotta do it the long way. So 250 times 84. So we're going to multiply, let's do it on the side here, 250 times 84. 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2. I'm using the second digit, so I have to put a placeholder here. 8 times 0 is 0, 8 times 5 is 40, 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 is 20. Add those together, and you get, ooh, it's a really big number, but we divide by 100. So there's a trick to dividing by 100. You see our you see our zeros? You can cross off as many zeros as you have. So what I mean by that is I have 2 zeros behind my 1 in the 100, and I have 2 zeros here. Okay, so I can cross off 2 zeros, and this will be my answer, 210. I could also show you a calculator. Let's see. Well, the calculator method will still give you the same, so we'll just skip that for now. Our answer is 210, so go ahead and put a box around that, and let's move on. The check-in right here, this one I'm going to start it for you and you're going to finish it. It says the manager of a coffee shop recorded the number of customers who put vanilla creamer or chocolate creamer in their coffee during 1 hour, classified them by ages. So this is our little chart here. The results are shown. Okay, so what percentage? We see the word percentage. Again, we are doing our proportion. Part over whole equals to percent over 100. Okay, so it says what percentage of the customers put chocolate creamer in their coffee? So we are looking for percent. Again, that means that on our percent side, we don't know what it is, so we're going to put X. And on the bottom of that is 100. The 100 never changes. Okay, what we need to find is our part over whole. So the top part is asking how many are chocolate creamers. So I'm going to look at the chocolate side and I'm going to add these two numbers together. 6 plus 8 is 14. That's how many people want chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to put that number on top, and on the bottom is my whole. Whole sometimes is total. So how many total people did they ask? I have to add up all these numbers here at the bottom. 14, I already have 14, so I'm just going to add 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So in total, in this table, there are 20 people. Okay, so right here, you're going to cross multiply and divide, and then you're going to get your answer. Okay, you're going to finish that one. This question was on the STAR test last year. When you're done with that, turn it over on the back. Okay, this one's a little different. We still are setting up a proportion, but you're going to have some key words here that you're going to use to fill in your proportion this time. So this is called a percent of change. So sometimes when you go to the store, you see markdowns, you see discounts, you see sales, where you're going to be able to find the percent increase or decrease by setting up this certain proportion. Okay, so example 3, it says a t-shirt is originally $30, but Kim received a discount of $9. What percent was her discount? Okay, so right here is our proportion. We're going to find the change The change is usually when you subtract. So you're going to subtract something, okay? The original means what was the original price? What was the price at the beginning? And then again, our percent over 100. So let's look at this. We see the word percent, we got to set up our proportion. But we see the word discount. That's when it changes. You know you have to do change over original, okay? So again, if you see just percent, it would be P over W equals 2% over 100. But because we see the word discount, we have to use this one. All right, so we are going to start off, we're going to start off the percent side, because this is what the question's asking for. It says what percent? So I don't know the number for percent. What I do know is how much that it's over 100. Okay? On this side, my change is my discount. It says that there's a discount of $9. So what I have to do is I'm going to have to take my original price, which is $30, and subtract it from $9. So 30 minus 9. That gives me 21. Okay? 21 goes on top. And on the bottom is what was the original price. So the original price of the shirt is $30. Okay? Again, you are going to cross multiply and divide, and you're going to get your answer. Okay? So let's go ahead and multiply those two numbers. 100 times 21. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. Working on my second digit, 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. And 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so we got 2100. Now we're going to divide it by 30. So 30 divided by 2100. 30 goes into 2 0 times, 0. 30 can go into 21 7 times, so 2100, it's 0. And you're going to bring down your 7, your 0. So that becomes 70%. Okay. Example 4 is a little different. It says the price of an Apple AirPods was reduced from $220 to $187. By what percent was the price reduced? Okay, so we are going to do our change over original again and percent over 100. Again, they're asking us for percent, so I don't know what that is. I do know that it's going to be over 100. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to find my change and my original. It's telling me it reduced from 220 to 187. So my original price was 220. So I'm going to put that on the bottom here, 220. And now the change, it's not 187. You're just finding what happened from 220 to 187. So you're going to have to subtract these two numbers. So I'm going to do it on the side here. 220 minus 187. And that is going to give me, gotta borrow. That's going to give me 33. So I'm going to put 33 on top. That is my change. You see how they put it as an answer choice? They're trying to confuse you. So I can already tell that A is not my answer. What I have to do is I have to cross multiply and divide. And divide by 220. Okay? You're going to go ahead and finish that. 100 times 33. And then whatever you get, you're going to divide by 220. Okay. The check-in you are going to do by yourself, but I am going to help you set it up. It says the cost of groceries was $210. The family used a coupon for 25%. What was the final cost? So again, when you see the word coupon, we got to use our change over original and percent over 100. This time they gave me my percent, so I can fill that in, 25 over 100. It says the cost of groceries. This is the original. Okay, so we have to find how much the coupon was, so we don't know what that is. Okay, again, just cross multiply and then divide by 100. And then you're gonna pick one of these answers. Come see me when you're finished so I could check it.